Alright, Jenny in Cobalt, mowing customer. So I'll walk around the property, good amount of work. She wants a gutter cleaning price as well. Shouldn't be too bad. 6-foot ladder, should be able to do it front and back. I'll have to walk the back to see, but 6 foot will do it, or 8-foot ladder actually, probably even better, 6 or 8. But anyway, we'll walk around. She I think it was DJ did it last time. She was pumped on you, so whatever you did last time, do it again, because she was all into it. So most of this is going to be fall cutting back. And before I forget, gutter cleaning price, snow removal price, leaf cleanup price later, like closer to Thanksgiving, she said, or December. And right now is going to be like just cutting back everything, getting it ready for the fall. So starting over here, double check maybe this area. I don't think she wants this cut flat. She didn't clarify. I think she'll leave this. Maybe add this on as cutting flat. Sorry, I didn't get clarification about it. But this whole area, I would just like cut it down, string trim it down, try to blow out some of the leaves and debris in here. She did say these like weedy things, we can pull them out. All these tall grasses here, just cut them super flat, haul away all the grass. There is like a funky weed growing in here. If you can try to cut that out. This one right here. Cut that out all the way. We actually didn't get into it over here, so I would leave this alone. This whole area, we actually didn't talk about it. So you could check in with her. Maybe I'll put a little buffer in there, so if she does say go for it, hopefully the price that I give her will be good enough to cover including all this, but she might want all this cut. Maybe double check with her. Again, my apologies, didn't get that info. But over here, you know, just cutting all this flat. She said she usually just takes her trimmers and just cut it, but we do whatever we want, you know. String trimmer, brush cut, hedge clipper, whatever you think's easiest, but we're just going to cut all this stuff flat. So these are all like perennials, so they come back. Some of them are annuals. So we'll actually dig some of them out. This one, she said just cut back. Everything else cut back. All of these ones right here, the like flowery purple ones that are kind of funky looking, she said these are actual annuals. And if you can try to, you can pretty easily just pull them right out with your hands even. But she's saying just pull all those out instead of cutting them, because they will end up just dying out. So just hand pull all those out. You know, hand pull, like I said, you saw it comes out pretty easy. Everything else in here you can just cut. All those funky annual ones, pull. Everything else cut back. Just cut it completely flat to the ground. This bush in here you'll see. This one, just pretty good size. Just trim and shape that one up. Just give it a pruning and shaping. You know, everything cutting out, clearing out. There is a couple weeds in here you'll see. Like these purple ones are weeds. This purple one with berries on it. She said if we can try to, you know, pull them out at the root the best we can, just so they don't come back or whatever. Everything else you can cut back. She was saying something about the one. Yeah, just cutting all this back. This one you can lightly prune up. Just like lightly prune and shape. This butterfly bush right here, just lightly prune and shape. All this stuff cutting it flat. Again, pulling these out, pulling that out. As you get going in here, you'll probably have a better view of what's going on. This is that butterfly bush, just shape it up. Moving over to here, you know, weed stuff, pull out. These are your annuals again, pull them out. She did say this one was like a blueberry bush, I think she said, but it didn't take. You can just pull that one out. I think that'll come out fairly easily. Everything here, cut it down. This oak sapling here, with these big leaves, you can cut that out. Try to dig it out at the root is what she was saying. Do the best you can with it. So just to confirm, this little like triangle spot back here is actually all her property. It's kind of odd, but it goes all the way to the pole. Actually, this is all her. So this bush, we want to cut, and if we got to get onto the neighbor, that's fine. We want to cut this to fence line. I think this was some confusion last time. I think we were supposed to do this last time. She was super cool about it, but like I said, this area is actually her. Over there obviously isn't, but we can go over there if we need to. But this bush, we just want to cut it from flat with the fence line and then haul it away. All right. Your gutter will be pretty easy. The only gutter that would be tricky, would be kind of a pain, just that little spot. It's very small. You could probably get away with not even going up there. There's probably not even leaves in that spot. I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just worry about all the rest. 6-foot ladder will do it. All right, back over to here. So pretty much same thing. Everything's just getting cut down flat. Like hostas, I forgot to say there's hostas over there. Cut them flat. Pretty much everything's cut flat, except like the really large bushes you're trimming and shaping. Cutting flat, pulling out these, cutting everything else flat, pulling out the weeds, chopping everything down. The vine, or the ivy I meant, growing along the fence, she said if you can just cut it all the way back to the fence the best you can and kind of trim the top and then back to the fence line. So I think she still is okay with it on the fence. Just wants to cut all the way back so it's just on the fence. All this cut back. There's something in here. This one you can leave alone. You'll see this bush. Obviously, you can't cut that flat. It's a beast. But if you can like trim it and shape it, everything else cut and flat. She said these. She called them milkweeds. They're like big leaf. You can just pull them out. Like, just don't cut them because they're weeds. But like pull them at the root the best you can. Over here, pull these out. She said, maybe if we want, just there's a little bit of other weedy stuff. You want to string trim it, that's cool. Pull that one out. All right, moving over to this thing. I told her this is too hard on here. This kind of had come up last time. We're not gonna be able to get this thing off, so you can't see with the lighting. But what I told her we could do, we can just, might even Sawzall might be easiest, but to just cut up here, like cut the top of it out the best we can, everything that we can reach, chop, and then get it out of here, and then try to get down here. Again, a Sawzall might work. Just try to cut like where it goes to the ground, even if you want to pull back some dirt and do it. The thought would be if we cut it here and we cut it here, then all this stuff that's on the actual pole that's like really on there, maybe over the course of the next year or the winter, it'll slowly die out and it'll lose its grip on that pole and then it'll come off. She also said the ivy typically grows and it might hide that. She doesn't care. But anyway, if we can just cut up here and then cut just one snip down there just to disconnect it from the ground where it's growing. Over here, all this, you're just going to cut flat to the ground. This just needs a light pruning and shaping. No cleanup of all the debris and such down here. She's not worried about it. She said she'll mulch in the spring. Maybe even for leaf cleanup we'll worry about it, but nothing right now. All right, moving over here. This will be a bit of work. So she wanted all the ivy out, although I told her it's really hard to get in there because you got all these branches that are just like sitting on it. So she said you can come in and cut whatever branches you need to get all this ivy cut out and cleared out. So any of the low branches, like all these branches are like just on the ground borderline. So cut them wherever you want. If you want to cut them here and haul them away, that'll open up this whole area. You can really clean it out. There's like some trash in there and stuff. That's the other thing. She said the branches hold the trash, so we can get that out ideally. Because she just doesn't want that ivy that's kind of starting to grow. She doesn't want all that growing in there. So anyway, and you can do the same thing over here. Like these branches are really weird. They're just like laying on the ground, but they're still to the tree. She said cut them wherever you want. just to be able to have access to in there to cut all that brush out. She was pumped about this last time. You guys did awesome with that. And then the last spot will be up here. She said if you can just cut the top here, just so it doesn't get too tall, and then all these, cut them flat to the ground. They're perennial, so they'll come back next year, but just cut them all the way down flat. So mostly cutting back perennials here, just clearing them out for the winter before they die out completely. And that's it.